It is energy balance yoga, which means we get to have the Ascended Masters cards. I've drawn one already today, and this one is pretty brilliant, and it spoke to me immediately. It was one of what I wanted to hear, maybe. And this is Open Your Heart to Love. And I love this, all the animals, and there's Jesus in the middle. So yeah, it's a good message, right? And I think I was talking about this a little bit last week, but really been thinking a lot about heart meditation, metta, self-compassion and self-love, and actually just focusing on the heart and existing there and living there and being there a little bit more, if we can just start to do that in our lives. And let's see if we can bring it into practice today, because that's where the energy is, in the heart. So we can release that and then feel so much more energized. So with that, I'll ring the bell and we will begin our practice, focusing on the heart. So we're going to begin lying down. That's a bit of self-compassion to begin with. Lying on the ground. So just take your time to find your way, whatever you want to. Lying on the ground, yeah. And just let your hands rest on your body. If you don't feel comfortable lying flat, just put your feet on the floor and lift your knees so your lower back can be more comfortable. But if you're comfortable lying in Shavasana, that's fine too. Place your hands on your body. You'll know where to place them, wherever you want to place them. It could even be on the head or the face or the eyes. And just close your eyes for a second. Just connect with yourself and see if you can connect also with your heart. So the center of your self. And breathe into your nostrils and breathe out through your mouth. A nice big sigh. We'll do another one of those. Give it some sound. Breathing into the nostrils, sighing out through the mouth. Let it all go. And now we'll just kind of change that slightly. We'll breathe in through the nostrils. And we'll breathe out through the mouth, but make it like what I would call a candle breath. And that's as if you're blowing out a candle. So you make a small little space with the lips. Just to get the air and the breath lying down a little bit. You can do this with the eyes closed, breathing in deeply through the nostrils. Feel your body fill with air. And this candle breath out. And with that, really feel that emptying, letting go of all the busyness and chaos and anything that's going on that's kind of getting in the way of you feeling into yourself, into your experience, into your heart. So we're just going to come into that area. And if it helps, put your hand on your heart. Or sometimes I like to just put the fingertips on the heart to really focus on that center. I kind of bring the fingertips together and place them there, just to give that real centralized feeling. And whatever, maybe to help you connect with the heart, just bring to mind something you really love, something that always helps you to soften, whether that's kittens, whether that's babies, whether that's, fluffy clouds, or whether it's, I don't know, green leaves bursting up through the earth, whatever you love. Maybe it's your yoga practice. Just connect with that and even let a smile come to your face. So we're just connecting with that heart power, heart energy, self-compassion. And when we really connect with that, or even just slightly get a flavor of that, it changes everything. Immediately, I'm kind of starting to feel a little bit more softer, less judgmental of myself, and more centered, more present. It's worth taking a moment to do that. Then let your breath be soft and easy. So we're just arriving and taking a bit more time to soften and arrive. Now we're going to come into moving the body a little bit. So bring the sides, the legs together. Take the arms above the head. Stretch your whole body. Extend. That's a better word. Extend. Yeah, stretching is the kind of old style. We're going for creating space and expanding. Point the toes, bring the legs together, expand. Bring the fingertips away from the toes, toes away from the fingertips, and use your breath to expand that area. Feel that heart. It's right in the middle of this long line you're creating. Breathing in. to that center, to the chest, breathing out, extending away from the center, breathing into the heart space, expanding lengthways and acrossways. And as you exhale, really lengthening. One more breath, just expand acrossways. Think about the heart expanding side to side, like a big smile. And as you breathe out through the nostrils, expand, point the toes, extend the fingertips away. Okay, and then relax the arms above the head and let the legs just kind of relax a little bit. So just rolling them in and out, just to loosen up the legs and remind them just to kind of let go a little bit. Arms are in a comfortable position on the ground, so you might need to bend the elbows to make that comfortable, so the shoulders can be relaxed. And we're just going to move the arms with the breath, breathing into the nostrils and breathing out through the nostrils. Lift the arms, fingertips going to the ceiling and moving through space, all on the out breath. We're just slowing this all down. Notice how you feel now. You know, this is a moment to really bring your focus into the present moment. So if your mind is all over the place and kind of filtering through the day, that's okay. But see if you can bring it to the present. See if you can just let go of all of that for a moment. Notice if you're tired. Notice if you're kind of feeling resistant. Notice if your mood is kind of disturbed. If you feel a bit sad, a bit low, a little bit numb. You know, there's all these different facets, and sometimes it can be a mixture of everything. You know, sometimes you can be a little bit confused. And just noticing and acknowledging how you feel. What is your emotional kind of energy? How is your energy? And we're just moving the arms with the breath, but really keeping this focus on the slow, steady movement. Inhaling, the arms are coming up. So the arms reach the ground, the end of the inhale, then the out breath, the exhale begins. Keeping the breath in and out through the nostrils. So we're not breathing with the mouth, we're breathing in and out through the nostrils to maintain and encourage the energy. Start to balance the energy out. So this inhale and exhale, kind of fairly even and steady. Good. Next time you find your arms alongside the body, let them rest there. Inhale again. Let the back lift off the ground so that when you breathe out, you press the back into the ground and then draw the knees up into the chest. Hug the knees and have a little rock and roll. Get into that lower back and just go, oh yeah, I'm giving myself a treat here. We'll have a rock side to side, first of all. And then we'll have a little bit of a circling motion. So circling the knees with the hands, softening. So this is all about just giving yourself a few more seconds just to really care about yourself. And then we're going to draw a circle with the knees. So as you breathe in, the knees are going away from you, extending the arms as far as they can, fingertips staying on the knees. And as you exhale, draw the knees and squeeze them in. You might even find the tailbone comes off the ground as you do that. Inhaling and exhaling, trying to slow this movement down. So you're really getting the full appreciation of contact with your back and the ground. And using that contact just to ease out any rough spots. And we change direction, still breathing steadily and evenly, breathing in, take the knees away, using the nose, the nostrils to breathe in and out, inhaling and exhaling, just enjoying your breath, your body, and starting to connect with yourself. Hug the knees again. Push the heels up, extend the fingers up. So really drawing the toes towards you. So we're getting a bit of a stretch on the backs of the legs. Try to make sure you're not kind of knocking your legs together. Have them separate. So we're really using a bit of abdominal strength here. And then we're rotating the wrists and the ankles all at the same time. So you can imagine you're drawing big circles with your big toes. And also you can imagine you're drawing circles with the index finger here. Still the fingers are extended, but it's good to have the point of focus. And then the other way, just letting this could feel like hard work, but you can also think of it as being, taking the weight off your legs, elevating the legs, always good to have that inversion. And then hugging the knees again, give them a little squeeze. And we'll rotate the hips now. We're starting so slowly and carefully. Bring the knees into the body, breathe out, so squeeze the breath out. Now inhale, take the knees away, exhale, let the knees fall away to the sides and come back to the body. We're getting into easing out all the tension that may have gathered in the day. easing it out, using movement, using breath, using the focus of our attention. And just notice the quality of your attention. How is it today? And, if you can just notice the quality of the attention without attaching a judgment to it, then that's great. And if you do attach a judgment, notice that as well. There's so much to pay attention to in just our own little universes. Inhaling and exhaling. And having a sense of separation, having a sense of space, rather, from, all of that that's going on in our minds, in our thoughts, being aware of it all. We change direction, so knees together, but away. Inhale and exhale, draw the knees in. We're oiling the joints. Let the knees really fall out as far as you can to the sides, and then coming back. So just feel and notice the impact of this movement. We're trying to do this very slowly and steadily. Steadily is probably the most important aspect. So it's a steady pace. Whether it's a bit faster or a bit slower, overall, doesn't matter. It's more that it's steady. So it's going in line with your breath. The breath is steady and even rather than whooshing in and out. And then hugging the knees again. Extend the right leg away. So we're holding on to that left knee. We're going to do a little twist here, but we're actually going to give the hamstrings, the backs of the thighs, a little bit of extra work. So first of all, let's still ease into the hips. And I love this kind of just rocking motion. So I've got my left hand on my left knee, right hand lower down on the leg, maybe on the ankle or the front of the foot. And we're just rolling it or rocking it, rocking or rolling, rocking and rolling the lower part of the leg so that you're really impacting the hip more than anything. It's also getting into the outside of the thigh as well a little bit. And you can even, experiment with that, push the knee away, kind of do a little arc and draw an arc. Try and find some kind of more softer circular movements rather than lines. This is much more in tune with the body. So you might want to even draw a circle with that knee. You might want to kind of support that leg and just explore the range of movement that might be in the hip. We're really focusing on that hip. Using some circular and rocking. Rocking is really nice, very soothing for the body. Now we give that knee a little squeeze into the body. That right leg is extended, just relaxed on the ground. And now we're going to push that left heel up. If that feels too much, extending the back of the hamstring, you can always soften that by putting the right foot on the floor. Take hold behind the thigh. We're just going to ease out, not pulling, not pushing. Push the heel up if you can. There is a bit of pushing there, but only if it feels like you're not pushing beyond your edge. Meeting it, we're meeting the resistance. If you feel comfortable and it feels good to you, you can take hold behind the calf. So wherever feels good for you today, see if you can resist the kind of pulling, and instead just feel your breath, and particularly your out breath, and feel that release that comes with the out breath, and using the weight of the leg, pushing that heel up all the time. And your breath is assisting you, the out breath, out breath, out breath. Now bend that knee into the body. Give it another squeeze. Right hand on that left knee. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, take the knee right over the body, over to the right. Let the right hand rest on the outside of that thigh. Give the thigh a little bit of a rub, just to ease out. And the left arm goes out to the left, and you take your gaze out to the left, looking down that left arm. So in effect, this left knee is coming down, wants to get closer to the floor here, and the left shoulder is wanting to come down to the ground. And we just close our eyes and focus on how it feels internally, this shape. We're really taking the eyes as far over to the left as we can. So we're creating a nice big twist through the spine. You can feel that. If you close your eyes, just really imagine and feel into that twist that you're creating. Breathe into that twist. Imagine you're drinking up the air with a straw, the base of the spine as you inhale. It's traveling up through the spine, right to the crown, right to the top of the head. Full inhale, the exhale, long, slow exhale goes back down through the head, the neck, the chest, out, down through the belly, and up through the base of the spine. So twisting and spinal breathing, it's a beautiful combination there. Now use the inhale and use your hands to lift your knee back up to center, lift the head to center. Give a knee another squeeze. Place the sole of the foot on the ground, slide the leg away. Just see how it feels. Maybe give the knees a little bounce up and down just to loosen that up. And now bring the right knee in. Right hand around the front of the right knee. Left hand lower down on the leg. And we'll have a little rock side to side again. Rocking this leg side to side. Taking some time to really free up this hip here. Breathing. And you can close your eyes this whole time if you're finding it's helping you to focus more inwards. Notice the difference. If you find always that you're, when your eyes are open, your kind of mind is going towards things around your room, things you should be doing, ought to be doing, the to-do list, etc. Then just close your eyes for a moment, come back in. You can do that anytime, come back in. And then we can play around a little bit here, maybe drawing an arc, kind of a bit of a circle with the knee. Playing around, seeing what the range of movement. You can let go if it feels okay, just hold the knee. See what feels good. See what the hip wants. Often adjust, the body knows exactly what it wants. Just do it really slowly in like a conversation. Now we're going to extend that right heel up to the ceiling, push the heel up, draw the toes towards you, take hold behind that right thigh. Again, you have a volume control if you want it, putting the left foot on the ground with the knee bent. Otherwise, we can focus on this right leg coming towards us gradually with the breath. So I'm really pushing that right heel up. And breathe. Focus on your out breath and just enjoying the release that is happening in your body. Long, deep inhale, long, slow exhale, in and out through the nostrils. Really squeeze the breath out so you really give your body lots of opportunity to respond with release. Now bend the knee again. If your left foot's on the floor, now's the time to slide that leg away because we're going to come into the twist. Left hand on the right knee, right arm goes out to the right. Inhale. As you exhale, take the knee right over to the left, right over the body. Rest the hand without pushing on the outside of the right thigh there and look down the right arm. So we're in this twist again on the other side. It's all about the breath. So focus on your breath, breathing in through the nostrils. Imagine you're breathing into the base of the spine, traveling up a beautiful twisted spine right to the crown of the head, breathing out, coming back down through the head, through the neck, through the chest, through the belly, out through the base of the spine. Close the eyes. Just notice what your internal experience of this is. Feel into it. Feel the release at the end of the out breath. Extend the out breath to give yourself more release. And use the inhale and use your hands to lift the knee back to center. Give the knee another squeeze into the body. Place the sole of the foot on the ground. Slide the legs away. Good. So now we're going to again bend the knees. Hug them once more. Just to even that up. Because that's strong, it's very strong on the lower back there. And it wakes it up. Roll onto the side and come up to all fours. So let's find our equilibrium and let's find our balance a little bit. So hands underneath the shoulders. Just notice I'm not locking them out and locking the elbows. They're soft so the chest can open. Notice that difference, a big difference, chest coming forwards. Feet are flat behind, knees are underneath the hips. Use the inhale to lift the right arm and the left leg and also lift your gaze. So looking towards where the fingers are going. Exhale, bring the hand down, bring the knee down, looking down at the ground. Inhale and exhale. So switching side, you're doing opposites here. Right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. Exhale. Change your point of view. Inhale and exhale. Really feel and sense into your center, around the belly, around the back. This whole area, it's all working. And also focus on really extending this lovely line. You notice this line from fingertip to toe and exhaling and softening. So the extension, the engagement, and then the softening and the grounding. Inhaling and exhaling. So expansion, direction, and then softening and grounding. So this is a very kind of masculine move. And then we have this softening feminine. See if you can feel into that a little bit. So we feel these polarities, we feel these energies in our body and appreciate them. You know, we need all of this. Too much of one, too much of another. We try and blend and we try and integrate. And that's definitely a theme for me this year, integration and expansion. Yeah, so we're doing that right now. This is a beautiful kind of embodiment of that. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's do one more each side. So really look towards where your hand is going. Really draw the chest forwards and exhale. Soften everything. Feel into that heart space. Expansion and contraction. And then to sit back, to contract fully into that. Sit back into the heels. Slide the hands forward, bring them forward to the ground. And have a little moment to yourself. You know, this is this extended child or swan. Close the eyes, breathe into the nostrils. Let it go out through the mouth, sigh out. Just enjoying that bit of release you're getting on the backs of the shoulders, into the ribs. Feel the ribs expand as you breathe in. Feel the sitting bones sink back as you breathe out through the mouth, releasing, softening. Resetting, bringing that third eye to the ground, grounding that vision. You can all get, I can get very up in the clouds, very sort of spacey, cosmic. It's good to bring it into the ground, the earth, the matter as well. So expand your fingers. We're going to move and breathe still more. We're really coming into this slowly. Use the inhale to come up to all fours. Exhale, take the hips forwards, open the chest. Most important, we don't want this position. We want the shoulders down. We want the expansion. Inhale and exhale. So we're moving with the breath. And when we move with the breath and focus more on the breath than anything else, and it just kind of, it does the work for us. Inhale, exhale. And then when we really acknowledge that in our practice, it comes into our life much more fully. We realize we have this amazing kind of ally the whole time. This breath is with us. It's like a line, like a light. Well, it's a life force. It's kind of a line to hold on to. It's an anchor, anchoring us. And I particularly like the analogy of an anchor because it's not stuck. It's kind of holding us in place, but it's letting us drift around and float around a little bit. So really breathe out fully when you sit back and use the inhale to expand and the exhale to expand and lengthen through the front of the body. Lifting the gaze to the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Release, extend. Let's do one more of these. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And this time, rather than sitting back directly, let's get a little bit of a shoulder opener in here. So you can even bring that hand slightly back. Take that right hand, put the back of the hand on the ground, breathing in. As you breathe out, slide the left hand away and come onto the side of the head. If that feels uncomfortable, you can either put the head on the hand there, just tuck the hand, the back of the hand underneath the head, or you could put a cushion or a block underneath your head. And then once you're here, you can just breathe. There's also a variation on this. If you prefer to do this, it's the same kind of thing, sitting back into the heels with the arm underneath. If you find that better, you can try that. I'm going to stay with this one at the moment. So breathing into the back of the heart, breathing into the space between the shoulder blades. We're expanding this area, back of the heart. It can get very tight. This whole chest area can get very tight. So take a few breaths to ease that out. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Now use the inhale to push into the right hand and bring yourself back to all fours. And then put the back of the left hand on the ground, breathing in and breathing out, sliding that arm away and resting on the left side of the face. As I said before, you could put the right hand underneath the head there and to rest on the side there, make it a little pillow. Or you can also put something underneath there, a cushion. And don't forget, you can also, if you prefer, sit back into the heels on this side as well. I'm going to stay up here. I think this is what I want to do today. But it's up to you. Breathing deeply into the back of the heart, the space between the shoulder blades. Really direct your breath into this area. In and out through the nostrils. Good. Now use the inhale to push into the right hand, come back to all fours. Take a moment to sit back into the heels, extend the hands forward, spread the fingers wide. We're going to come up into a downward dog. Downward facing dog. So use the inhale to come to all fours. And exhale. Use the inhale to tuck the toes under. And exhale, lifting the knees off the ground. Let's just walk the dog. I like to do this first of all, particularly, we're just getting going here. We're just going to get the backs of the legs a bit more warm. Looking back towards the feet, spread the fingers wide, push back through the hands, lift the tail. And also keep the tummy tucked in, as if the tummy is like flying upwards and inwards. Dhyana Bandha. And we're not breathing into the belly, we're breathing into the chest. So we're just lengthening through the whole back from the fingertips to the tail. See how long you can make this. And then we bring us into a stillness and just start to allow the heels to come down. Soften the space between the shoulder blades. So just allow the arms to soften slightly. And breathe. Long back and slowly releasing hamstrings. Come back down onto the knees, sit back onto the heels. We're going to come back to downward dog. So just take a little rest there. See how it feels after downward dog. A downward dog's a powerful position. You've got a lot going on. We really want to focus primarily on the length of the spine. So you need to really press the hands into the ground and try to make sure that you're pressing the knuckles into the ground to protect the wrists. So we're going to come up again into downward dog. Tuck the toes under, inhaling, exhaling, lifting the knees off the ground, and we're in downward dog. So we're going to do the leg lift here. So take a side step with the right foot, so it's just in the center there. So we're making this tripod, lifting that left leg, pointing the toe to the ceiling. And we're just going to give ourselves a full extension, pushing back on the hands and then lowering the leg down. So we just do a few leg lifts. You can do as many as you want. You can just do one. You can do none if you want to. And then lifting the right leg, extending, and then lowering it down. Using your breath, don't hold your breath. And we just do a couple more of these. So good for opening the hips. The hip flexor, particularly the front of the hips, extending, and then lowering. Use your breath. Do one more each side if you're still with me. If you're not, you can have a rest. Come down to the ground, or you can come into a ragdoll. Do one more. And get the legs a bit more lively. And then either come back to downward dog if you're not there already. And then we're going to walk the feet towards the hands and let the body hang. Let the body hang, let the shoulders be nice and heavy. Let the head particularly be really heavy. Breathe in, knees are bent. Breathe in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Let it go. Good. Into the nostrils. Have a nice sigh. Make some sound. Why not? Now we're going to feel that sunshine on the base of the spine. Rising up through our center. Keep the knees bent. Leave the arms super heavy. Leave the head heavy. We're really trying to go vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly rolling up, uncurling as slow as we can until finally the chest lifts and the shoulders roll back and then the crown lifts, the head lifts, and we're standing tall, hopefully a little bit taller than we were. Let's just do a little mini back bend. So, and also give a bit of attention to this back. So give it a little rub. Yeah, why not? It's definitely a loving practice today. Keep those hands on the lower back, fingers pointing down, supporting fully. Bend the knees, inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, take the hips forward and support the back. So we're not flinging our head back, we just look towards the ceiling, but really try and keep that sense of bend in the knee, and we're expanding the front of the body. So support yourself and just go as far as you feel you can support there. Now use the inhale to lift back up. Rub the back again. Then we're going to loosen that all up. So take the feet apart, about shoulder width apart, knees bent. We come into these lovely twists. So let the arms be heavy. Breathe and loosen everything up. Just enjoying that sense of standing on your feet and feeling the air around you, feeling the breath within you. Let's make that a little bit more exaggerated. So coming up on the toes, when you turn, the side you're going to, the other side, that's the side opposite to the way you're going. So I'm turning towards the left, so I come up onto the right toe. Bending into the knee. So just let yourself really flow. And as your arms smack into the lower back, just feel that lovely bit of a ping, that stimulation of the energy, dormant energy. Maybe there's a little bit of lazy energy hanging around this space. Let's wake it up. Waking up and shining up the potential, the dormant energy. So give that a really good pummel with the backs of the hands. Make some sound there too, why not? Just to really acknowledge yourself. And then we take the hands to the front of the hips. Make some sound there too, why not? Yeah, a bit of sound yoga. Take the fingers to the chest area. We're really shining ourselves up, polishing the mirror, as Ramdas said. Yeah, which is very much in alignment with the full moon we've just had. You know, it's kind of, it's reflecting all that light. So we can be like the moon, reflect all the light and the energy. Make some sound as you do this pummeling, and then just feel that lovely openness we've got here. And let's just open up the body a little bit more, with the shoulders rolling back, the elbows are lifting, the breath is moving. Let's just find this beautiful, fluid, breathing body. Inhale, exhale. I can just feel this smile coming onto my face as I really lift the arms up and inhale and open my chest. Open the heart. We've done a little bit of opening and acknowledgement. Now we're really opening the front of the heart and really saying yes. Yes. It's even the body's even like a big Y, you know, like a big yes there. And then we come forwards with the shoulders. We just roll them forward. The knees join in. The whole body get this sort of fluid, watery quality. Elbows lifting, knees bending, arms. Imagine if this watery quality, we're diving in now. The arms are going forward, diving in to our practice there. Good. And then we're just going to let the arms swing a little bit. Again, it's a bit more shoulder. So the knees are bent, feet are shoulder width or a bit more apart. Knees are bent, and we're just letting the arms really hang. So we're keeping this integrity here. So we're not letting the shoulders hang forwards and flop, so the back is bent. Keeping that kind of straight back, but letting the arms dangle off that framework, if you like. It's a lovely feeling, you know, keeping this chest nice and open and breathing and just letting the weight of the arms do the work. Okay. So let's again connect with our breath. We're going to do a bit of breathing and moving. These are lovely little movements. So we inhale, lift the arms up, lift the heels off the ground, bring the hands together, pushing off those toes. Exhaling, coming down. We're trying to keep this very even again. We're finding the balance in our energies. Touch the fingertips. Inhale all the way up, lifting the heels slowly off the ground, pushing off the toes. Hands come together. Then we turn the hands, and the hands are coming down. And the heels are coming down slowly as we breathe out, emptying out. Take it right to the end of the out breath, then even touching the fingers at the bottom. And this is a perfect little yoga practice. Could call this meet the sun and the moon, masculine and feminine. It's kind of really just integrating the polarities. And this is what we're doing with our practice. You know, it's one aspect, one way of looking at it, if you like, particularly when you think of Hatha yoga. Sun, moon, masculine, feminine, dark, light. We are integrating everything. So we realize the oneness of everything, the non-duality of everything. All that is. Let's do one more. Lifting up on the inhale, lifting the heels high. Filling ourselves with air, with spaciousness, and exhaling, coming down. Bringing the heels down, bringing the hands down, just touching with the fingers there. Good. So we're going to come into some standing postures. And in fact, we're going to start with a balance, which isn't what I normally do, but why not? We're going to start with a tree. So now we've found a little bit of balance with this lovely sun moon. We're going to come into tree. So get that foot really grounded. And also the tree has this beautiful, I think, heart quality to it as well. Spread the toes and place that right foot either on the ankle, on the calf, or the thigh, not on the knee. We don't want it on the inside of the knee at all. So find your position with that. Focus your eyes on something in front of you, still and steady. Press that foot very firmly if you're pressing into the thigh particularly, and press the thigh back. So we're pressing towards this center line. Inhale, lift the arms up. Press the hands together above the head and reach up. So we've got this lovely, almost making this circle around the face. Try not to hunch the shoulders up, keep the shoulders down. So we've got this lovely, we're kind of drawing this frame around our faces. Maybe, again, kind of focusing on this person, this being. Seeing if we can find some compassion for it. Lifting the chest, lifting the heart. Softening the toes of the standing foot. Breathing steadily. Just feeling the sense of balance. Good. One more breath in, and as you breathe out, just lower the arms down, the palms are coming down. See if you can maintain this position with the legs, so you can catch that knee or just lift the knee if it has fallen down. Give it a little squeeze, and as you release that leg, see if you can let it float down. That's going to take a bit of control. Give the legs a little shake, shaking the legs out just to even them out. And then we bring the weight onto the right foot. Send the weight down into those roots. Bend that standing knee a little bit to begin. And again, the foot goes on the inside of the ankle or the calf. Knee is out to the side, nice to open in the hips, or on the inside of the thigh. Pressing evenly together. This time we're going to open up the hands into lovely branches. And again, this is very much, think about the heart. And you're expanding those fingers right out to all these little twigs on the end of these branches here. Think about the knee coming out to the side. Think about the sole of the foot going down and the roots going down. So we have this sense of expansion in every direction. As we see the natural world do, trees, plants, everything is extending to the light. And the roots going down, extending to the dark and the moisture. And all the other layers that are in this, natural world communication to support the integration, of everything working together harmoniously. Inhale, lift the arms up, bring the hands together, lower the hands down to front of the heart. Take a moment there if you can. It's more difficult to balance when you're moving, but this is when we really need it. Now take hold of that left knee, lift it high, give it a squeeze, and let go of that knee. See if you can let it float down. Good. Let's shake everything up now. So feet on the ground, knees are bent. We're shaking the knees. So kind of like, and then the hips are going, and then the shoulders are going. We're just shaking everything up and making some sound. Releasing. Maybe there's something today you really need to release. Maybe bringing that into mind. Maybe you need something energizing. Maybe there's something that's a bit reticent in you. So do one more of these. Knees, hips, and shoulders. Yeah. Really revitalizing the energies. So we're going to come into a couple more standing postures. Yeah. Standing at the back of the mat, we're going to come into warrior one. So feet a little bit of distance apart between the heels, and they're turned out slightly. So we put the weight on the left foot and we step forward with the right. Big step for warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. And then you can always extend that a little bit, shuffle the foot forward. We want to get the hips both facing forwards. So take the right hip back, left hip forward, because that's probably what's going to be happening. It'll be facing out towards the left. Keep the tummy tucked in, point the tailbone down. So strong in this area. Inhale, lift the arms up. Palms are facing each other above the head. Arms are going directly up, not forward. So if you've got your arms in your eye line, bring them back behind the eye line. And exhaling, bending into the right knee. As that right knee goes forward, you press into that back heel. Arms going directly up. Look up at the space between the hands. All the time still thinking about this position of the hips. Just imagining, I'm just doing that for myself. So imagine I'm doing that for you, adjusting, just pulling that right hip back and just pressing that left hip forward. Think about what you have to do in your body to do that inside you. Probably engage that left buttock a little bit more and probably lengthen that right thigh a little more. So have that in your body, pressing evenly into both feet. So feel that evenness, that balance. I use the inhale to stretch up, use the exhale to lower the arms down. We're going to come into a forward bend over this extended leg. So take hold over, support the back or extend. Inhale, exhale, coming over this leg, bend the knee slightly to soften into it. Get the hands on the ground or make contact through something else you put on the ground, a block or a book. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, start to lengthen this right leg, pressing the big toe into the ground and extending the right hip away up to the ceiling, getting lots of length on this right leg. Body's coming down towards the leg, wanting to meet the leg, wanting to lay down on the leg maybe. Pressing and supporting yourself with the hands either side of this right foot. Think about lengthening through this right thigh, creating space. Good. Now just soften that right knee, and we do this very nicely and softly. We walk the hands up the leg, nice and easy. Good. Bend into that right knee and see if you can send your whole body back to the back of the mat. Almost made it. It's not so easy stepping backwards. So reset the feet, turned out slightly, weight on the right, big step forward with the left. So try and get, before you even come into the posture, get the hips facing the front of the mat. Right hip forward, left hip back. Sometimes even just doing that with your hands helps. Pressing into that right heel even before we've started. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Shoulders are down, but the arms are extended. Right up behind the ears. Exhale, bend into the left knee. It's hovering above the ankle, no further. Try and keep the body upright. So if you find that you're doing this, you know, you're really off balance, you really need to feel that right buttock is working, that you're pressing into that right heel strongly. You'll feel that in your right calf as well. And if your balance allows you, look up the space between your hands. This also encourages the chest to lift. So really feeling this lengthening in the front of the body. And also this holding around the base of the body. So you're really feeling a sense of ground, but also elevation. You know, we're really integrating all of this in this beautiful posture, which is both strong and stable and alive. And your breath is the aliveness, and your focus and your attention. Use the inhale to extend up. Exhale, lower the arms down. Still a bit of work to do here. So hold the back or extend. Inhale. Exhale, bend into the knee and slowly come over this leg on the exhale. Hands on the ground or on something on the ground. And we lengthen on the out breath. So pressing the big toe into the ground, extending that left hip away. Imagine it's going to the corner of the room. And let the body relax down. So we're not pushing, we're not forcing. This is a delicate area, but we're noticing where our resistance is. It's a constant, constant paying of attention and noticing where your attention is. This is really a central part of any practice really, but particularly yoga, creativity as well. It's all about the attention is your material, is your kind of tool. And then we soften that knee and we walk up the leg. And this time we're going to step forward with the right foot, just for a change. Good. Let's give the legs a shake. Let's give the arms a shake. And in fact, let's just come into these lovely twists again, just to loosen it all up. Knees bend, feet are about shoulder width apart, so a bit wider. And now we're just going to turn on our axis. So keep this very steady. And this is staying steady from the base, from the root to the crown. We keep that very steady. We keep the chest open. We let the arms be completely floppy. We keep the knees soft and bend. So there's a softening and there's a proper bending in a bit deeper into the knees. So it really does support this loosening of the whole body. Breathe in, out through the nostrils, and then slowly, slowly come to a stop. Okay, we're going to come down to the ground, but we're going to come in, we're going to do a bit of effort first of all. We're going to do a chair posture. Oh, this down here actually, right in the middle. Feet, just check them. Lift the toes, place them down, and have a look at them. Lift the heels and place them down. Looking at the feet brings our focus of attention into them, and moving them kind of mindfully, again, brings our focus of attention and our senses into the feet. So I'm going to keep those feet as they are. Use the inhale, lift the arms up. They're going directly up, right by the ears. And as you exhale, keep that length from the fingertips to the base of the spine, and sit back, just checking also that your knees aren't splaying out and coming together. They're staying even, these thighs. And it's strong in the belly, keeping this nice connection between the belly and the back, extending, and keeping the back of the neck also long, so you're looking down at the ground there. And you find your chair, your comfortable chair, and breathe. Dig deep with your breath. Enjoy that engagement with your body. Feel your power and your strength and your stability. Now use the inhale to come up, and the exhale, phew, it's over. Roll the shoulders back just to kind of ease that out, bending into the knees. Yeah, breathing in and out through the nostrils. We're going to come down to the ground this time. Still a squat, but I'm going to stand towards the front of my mat. So I inhale, lift the arms up, shoulders come back. So nice and open again in the chest. Exhaling, we're sitting back down. Again, bottom goes back, arms go forwards. So the knees are staying kind of over the ankles all the time. Breathing in and out through the nostrils the whole time. Really see how long you can do that before you have to come to the ground. Stretch the legs out in front, bounce the knees up and down. So now we're here. We're going to come into a seated forward bend. I'm going to do a variation here. So bring that right knee up, hug the knee to the body, and let that knee fall out to the side. So the sole of the foot is just sitting on the inside of the thigh there. Have a little shop around to get yourself seated comfortably. If that means sitting on a cushion, that's okay. So right hand goes on the outside of that knee. We're going to come into a twist to get the body more aligned with the leg. Toes of the left foot is pointing towards the ceiling. Left hand comes behind you. Try and get that forearm connected with your back to feel a sense of support. And then you're exhaling, turning around to your left, dropping the shoulders down, keeping the head right on top of the body, keep the chin slightly tucked in to do that. Inhaling, lengthen, dropping the shoulders down, exhaling, twisting a little deeper. And energizing spine, your system. One more breath in and release, and bring your body to face front again. Good. So let's come into the seated forward bend. Inhale, lift the arms up. Feel that lift in the heart, lift in the chest, and lead with the chest towards, the chest is coming towards the toes, the arms are just kind of following. And then you can either let the hands go either side on the ground, or you can hold onto the leg, or you can hold onto the foot. Whatever you feel is better for you. Sometimes feel putting the hands on the ground just makes you feel more steady. Breathing in and breathing out, taking the chest towards the toes, looking at the toes rather than looking at the knee. Try and keep that engagement and that constant feeling of lengthening. You know, feel the chest is coming towards the toes and the base of the spine is going back to the wall behind you. This is the feeling. And the shoulders sit down away from the ears. That's also important. Breathe deeply. Breathe. And then we're just going to slowly walk the hands up towards the body. Lift that right knee. Lift the left knee. And just let our body just relax, almost collapsing onto the knees. Let the face fall to the knees. Hug yourself. Give yourself a bit of love. Breathing in through the nostrils. And out through the mouth. release. Now the other side. So we keep that left knee kind of held in there, and we slide that right foot away. Then let the left knee fall out to the side, and the sole of the foot is connecting with the inside of that right thigh. Have a little shuffle around. You might want to lift yourself up, sitting there. Toes of the right foot going towards the ceiling. Don't let the leg collapse and not be engaged. Right hand comes behind you now. So I've got my arm very close to my body, touching it actually. I'm leaning, almost leaning into it. Left hand on the outside of the right knee. Lift the chest. Feel the length in your belly. Feel the length of the whole upper body, and drop the shoulders down. Chin tucked in slightly so the back of the neck is long too. And then we exhale, belly and the chest and the shoulders coming around behind you. You're holding the outside of that knee to keep you in place. Dropping the shoulders down, keeping your head on top of the body, rather than kind of having the sense of looking around behind you. And you see how what happens then. You're kind of out of this nice lengthened upright position. Breathing out, just seeing if you can twist a little deeper, or seeing what the body is making available for you, what space. One more breath in and untwist to the front. Oh yeah, feels good. To release, lift that left knee, lift the right knee, and again hug the knees. Breathe into the nostrils, sigh out from the mouth. Just bring that release in the back of the neck. Have a little sigh here. Oh, good. Now we're just going to slide the legs away. I'm going to lay the body down. We're going to lay it down really slowly. Make a last bit of effort for these abdominals and back, of course. So stretch the fingertips towards the toes. Toes are going upright, up towards the ceiling, and legs together. And we're really focusing on this area. Keep that chest nice and open. We're not hunching forwards. We're keeping the chest lifted. And we're breathing in and out the whole time. So keeping this body really engaged, but we're keeping the softness of the breath around that. Breathing in and out the whole time. Laying the body down slowly, slowly laying it down. And once your head is on the ground, then let the arms flop out to the side and completely let go. Breathing into the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. We're almost there. So coming back to that softness and that feeling of support of the ground, which we started with. Let's just take a moment here just to hug the knees again. Have a little rock and roll. Release, release, release. I just feel a smile coming to my face, thinking, oh yeah, my body, how it feels. Maybe noticing any changes or shifts in your emotional state and your mind as well. Then place the soles of the feet on the ground as wide as the mat, and make sure there's space from your buttocks. And we're going to come into a very, very easy lying twist. So the arms go out to the side, palms flat down. Inhaling through the nostrils. As you exhale, let the knees fall to the left. Slowly let the head go over to the right. So we're just easing out. This is a lovely little simple practice. Inhale, lift the knees to center, lift the head to center. Exhaling, the knees fall slowly to the right, head goes over to the left. And you can even, and I would definitely recommend closing your eyes here. So you don't need to see to be able to feel this. And then if you switch off the visual sense, you may have a more enriching sensory experience of this. And it will bring your mind into a much clearer focus, presence. So just reminding you, breathing in is when we bring everything to center, and breathing out, we're just letting go, letting the legs just fall, letting the head go right over the other direction. And it's slow and steady, slow and steady. Taking it slowly and really letting it come to the end of the out breath. So we really feel that out breath as the knees go one way and the head goes the other way. Let's just do one more, or one more side. So I started going to the left with my knees, so I'm going to finish by going to the right with my knees, head goes to the left. And I use the inhale to come to center, use lifting the knees, lifting the head. And we're just going to slide the legs away there into a Shavasana position. Letting the arms flop out to the sides. Close the eyes. We're going to chant the mantra Om. I'm going to chant the mantra Om 3 times. So closing the eyes and again, really focusing on your inner experience and trying to give yourself a really good vibration, as if you really want to get a good internal vibration to release and to energize and to soften. All of these is possible with that mantra. Breathing in to the nostrils. As you're doing this, really imagine with the beginning, the R is starting on the base of the spine, traveling up through the body. The O is in the middle of the heart, and the right at the crown of the head, just to really locate it in the body, breathing in. So with one more, really see it's a clearing of your energetic channel there. So starting with the base, with the ah, until we get to the crown. With your eyes closed, if they're not closed already, let them close. Take a breath in through the nostrils. Breathe out through the mouth. Just let it go. I'm just going to lie quietly for a few moments. Lying quietly for a few moments. Breath coming in and breath going out. Breath going in and breath going out. Softening. Just let the breath be very, very soft now. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Feel yourself just softening and melting into the floor. Letting go of all the tensions, knowing and trusting that that out breath will release even the subtlest tensions that you're not aware of. Tensions in the mind, little such subtle holdings in the body, habitual little things. Just trust that that long, slow out breath is just releasing all of that. Feeling the ground supporting you and allowing it to support you. Breath coming in and out through the nostrils softly and easily without any effort. There's nothing to do here. Simply watch the breath. Watch the breath and feel the body relaxing. Feel the mind at ease. Feel your whole self at ease, harmonious, balanced, at rest, peaceful. So we come to the end of our practice today. And returning to the heart where we started, the heart center, just noticing how your heart feels right now. Acknowledging it, giving it space, giving it attention. And then we're coming back to the day. So we just move the body, breathe a little deeper, move and stretch the body however you wish to. Move the body. Yeah, look around your space, connect with your space, all the things that you love, comfort and familiarity of the space around you. And then just looking at the body, the comfort and familiarity of this body, what it's done for you, how it's carried you on your journey through life. Be grateful for this body. Maybe we can try and accept it as it is right now. Yeah, a bit of love for it as well, a little bit of love. And let's make a last little bit of fire. In the palms of the hands, rub the palms together vigorously. Let's find some heat and energy and really focus it between the palms of the hands. Yeah, give it some fire and place those hands nice and energized and warm. Give that heat to your heart. Close the eyes. Really energizing and focusing our full attention on the heart space. Breathing into it and bringing into this space your sankalpa, your intention, your resolution, whatever you want to call it. What is it you want to magnify and encourage in yourself? It might be one word, it might be a whole sentence. Just say that to yourself, imagine it's being planted in rich, fertile earth, and you're giving it warmth and energy, nourishment, and heart power. Good. Thank you so much, everybody, for your practice today. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay in your heart.